In development debates, we take a look at issues shaping the future and present of China. Today, we'll see what experts have to say about the future of whiskey in China. China's hard liquor market is dominated by the sale of baijiu, which is Chinese rice wine. The taste is rarely smooth, but it can still call for very expensive prices as it's the drink of choice at Chinese business dinners. Brands like Maotai and Wuliangye have become infamously associated with as a sort of fuel for business and government meetings. In the fraternal world of business, being able to endure large amounts is important to one's image. The drinking culture has been an easy fit for whiskey as well. The drink is similarly associated with those looking for a masculine and refined image. The foreign alcohol was being imported at such a fast rate into China that there were fears that it would run out. But those sales have slowed as of late. It's possible that a bubble was created in the whiskey industry, so some are concerned about the future of whiskey in China. Many whiskey companies have already put in big bets in China's potential as an importer, which has largely paid off. But is there still room for whiskey with the recent anti-corruption crackdown? And can whiskey break into the drinking norms dominated by baijiu at business meetings? While the industry might have their eyes set on super fast-growing markets in China, they have to deal with a big obstacle staring them right in the face at the moment. The anti-corruption crackdown has been quite a buzzkill for many in the alcohol business. Those who sell high-end bottles at super high prices are seeing their sales decline fast. Remy Cointreau's chief executive, Jean-Marie Laborde, believes that the drop in sales are just a short-term thing. On the overall, he still expects to see figures with, quote, sensible growth in sales in China into the 2014 fiscal year, which ends in March. The Wall Street Journal said that in June of 2013, Remy Cointreau posted an 18% rise in its full-year net profit to over $150 million, driven by growth in Asia and the U.S. Laborde said, quote, "I'm not at all worried about the future of cognac and whiskey in China. While he may not be worried now, he and the group seem to be looking at the very long-term prospects of the market. But this would also imply they're taking huge bets on the anti-corruption campaign coming to an end. If not, then they must be assuming that taste will change or they have comparatively low expectations in the long run. Lower expectations might not be that bad, though. They might just be a more grounded and rational view. China's surge in the past 10 years has been huge. Ipsos.com says that growth in sales have increased 250% from 2001. That figure would seem more impressive if the whiskey sales were better in 2001. In 2000, the value of whiskey market in China was a mere few million US dollars. It was at almost 500 million US dollars in 2010. The whiskey industry leaders typically look at the market in China as one being driven by ego and class distinction. As the average Chinese person can buy a bottle of baijiu at a cheap price, maybe a Chinese person trying to show off a sense of exoticism and world-class taste will bring a bottle of whiskey to the dinner table. Many in the alcohol industry and the luxury goods industry have a similar take on how to approach the Chinese market. They want to appeal to the super rich, and they think that they can do this by helping them feel elite and exclusive. Johnnie Walker has put in big bets on reaching this market. Shanghai has become the home of the Johnnie Walker House, which has been offering a blend of whiskey exclusive to the country in efforts to appeal to the super rich. According to David Jones and Melanie Lee of Reuters, whiskey accounted for 45% of all foreign alcohol sold in China in 2011. But that's just foreign alcohol. Billions more are spent on baijiu every year, which is something that whiskey will continue having a tough time competing with. Baijiu can be sold for pennies on the renminbi, while whiskey still has to be marketed as a more expensive and higher-end product. This even goes for its lower quality blends. While whiskey might have a huge market in places like hotels and with catering companies in China, it's clear by the drop in sales that its tastes are still considered foreign and one of privilege. Baijiu has stayed the drink of choice despite multiple quality scandals and the anti-corruption crackdown, even though sales have slowed. So it looks like China will continue drinking baijiu on the regular, while managing to leave a much smaller chunk of the market for whiskey. However, these tastes could change as whiskey and other foreign drinks become a more integrated part of Chinese habits.